Okay, enough with the pretending everything's fine. The offense is flying, but there's this one loose bolt that could seriously cost us January, you know? It's Ethan Carter here, and the burning question is straight up. Does Seattle buy now to fix that line, or do they just bet this roster can weather the storm? We're talking a bold trade proposal for a pro bowler on the Browns, this super shaky rumor about Rick Woolen, a revolving door of tryouts in the secondary, and one rookie OL playing like a grizzled veteran. You feel that pressure? Man, I feel the pressure. If we nail this one correction, the season hits a whole new gear. If we mess it up, it's gonna hurt the soul. Ready to jump into this no-holds-barred conversation? All right, Faithful 12, before we dive deep into the details of this Wednesday with the latest on our beloved Seahawks, I gotta ask you for one small thing. If you're out there, you follow the Seahawks Insider Report, you dig our analysis, but you haven't subscribed yet, please. For the love of the game, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely crucial for the channel and for keeping our awesome Seahawks community growing. Seriously, thanks for the backup, fam. Immediate gut punch. Seattle cannot tolerate a guard who keeps failing in the trenches anymore. The turning point demands action and fast. The whole mess I'm seeing started with the Anthony Bradford disaster, and now it points directly at Cleveland. With the Browns spiraling at 1-5, Wyatt Teller and Joel Bitonio look like trophies within reach, options that could patch up that interior line right now. For context, this Seahawks offense is legit. We're 5th in the league in points per game, averaging 27.7 and 4th in passing yards with 252.2. There's real flash there, but the run game is stuck. Just 104.2 rushing yards per game on average, which puts us way down at 24th in the NFL. That run game is getting absolutely iced by failures in interior protection, and Bradford, with his 47.9 PFF grade, is the screaming weak link. The team tried to go internal like Christian Haynes, but honestly, it's past time to look outside the building. Teller's a sexy name. 3 Pro Bowls between 21 and 23. Consistent, experienced. He's the starting right guard for the Browns, so it's a logical plug-and-play fit for Seattle. Bitonio, on the other hand, brings that straight-up stability. A veteran forged in the Cleveland elite, 7 consecutive Pro Bowls, and he's still recognized as elite, even on the older side. The clear downside, his contract ends in 2025, he's 34, and there's zero margin for error with a big investment. Technically, the trade has to balance risk and reward. Teller is a palatable commitment, still productive, but that physical wear and tear is coming. Bitonio delivers instant security, but that retirement clock is ticking. Cap-wise and for compensation, the Browns are likely asking for mid-round picks. Seattle could offer a third-rounder and a young backup. If we fix this line, the offense stops carrying this massive vulnerability. If we fail, we just widen the cracks we've seen for years. My take? Seattle has to pull the trigger. Trading for a veteran guard now is way smarter than praying for a Bradford miracle. The ceiling is right there, man. The floor, though, is straight up dangerous. Would you risk a draft pick for a vet guard now? Or roll the dice one more time on Bradford turning it around? And if the price for security is the future, what the hell should Seattle choose? Who saw this coming? Rick Woolen, the lightning bolt who once ignited this secondary, now with one foot out the door in Seattle? The whispers behind the scenes are loud and clear. The corner who used to be a symbol of speed and instinct has become a live question mark in the defensive scheme. Woolen's lost snaps, confidence, even his minutes on the field. And the scariest part? His name has started swirling in trade talks with the Dallas Cowboys. The idea sounds crazy, but it makes total sense in context. Woolen, on an expiring contract and battling a concussion, is a vulnerable asset. Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report pointed to the Cowboys and the Lions as the main suitors, suggesting Seattle could snag a 2026 third-round pick. That's good compensation for a guy who just doesn't fit the scheme anymore. This Seahawks defense is among the league's most productive, but we still see communication breakdowns and inconsistency in the secondary. Devin Witherspoon is our technical anchor, no doubt, and Shaquille Griffin is a solid alternative again. But the other side of the field, once Woolen's domain, has turned into a whirlpool of errors and hesitation. Fans can see it. The dude who used to jump every route now hesitates even on the first step. Maybe he needs a change of scenery, another system, a different coach. Dallas, who's desperate for stability after getting shredded by the Panthers, sees him as a chance to revive their secondary. This trade, if it happens, isn't just technical, it's symbolic. It's Seattle admitting they can't cling to the memories of 2022 anymore, and there's cold logic to that. A third rounder could be ammo to beef up the defensive front or invest in a more physical corner, which is exactly what coordinator Mike Macdonald loves. Technically, it's smart. Emotionally, it hurts. Woolen was one of those amazing finds, but the light faded faster than we thought. And if he goes, that void needs to be filled ASAP. Because injuries to Witherspoon and Griffin have left that unit on high alert. Would you trade Rick Woolen right now for a third rounder and close this chapter? Or do you still believe he can find that 2022 instinct again? And bigger picture, if he leaves, who the hell holds down that side of the secondary? And that, my friends, is exactly why the team's next move is critical. Seattle has opened the door to tryouts for rookies and veterans who could completely change this scenario. A quiet surprise, but a necessary one. While the rumors are flying, Seattle's working behind the scenes, and that tells you everything you need to know about what's coming. The team opened the practice facility doors for a new wave of tryouts, and the focus is crystal clear. Reinforce the secondary. Clarence Lewis, B.J. Mays, and Danico Slaughter, three undrafted rookie cornerbacks, were brought in to audition. None of them have regular NFL experience, but they all have pedigree from solid college programs. Lewis is from Notre Dame and Syracuse, Slaughter played for Tennessee and Arkansas, and Mays finished his college career with 4 interceptions at Texas A&M. They represent exactly what Seattle needs right now. Hungry young guys with high physical ceilings, even if they're raw technically. The only veteran in the group is Jesse Luketa, a Canadian linebacker who had 3 quiet seasons with the Cardinals and already worked out with the Seahawks back in July. This is a flashing red light that Pete Carroll and Mike Macdonald are not comfortable with the defensive depth. And they have reason to be uneasy. Rick Woolen and Devin Witherspoon are both still recovering, both with uncertain statuses for the upcoming game against the Houston Texans, and Derek Hall is nursing a hip injury. The current group of backups, with Shaquille Griffin and Shamar Jean-Charles, is holding the fort, but this roster needs immediate contingency. The weird thing is, even with the defense performing well overall, Seattle seems to be in preventative mode. They don't want to get blindsided if that unit collapses. And there's a touch of nostalgia in all this. The franchise has always been famous for polishing unknowns until they become stars. Remember Richard Sherman, Byron Maxwell, even Woolen himself? Yeah, history's repeating, but with a different feel. The difference now is the sense of urgency. This tryout isn't just an evaluation, it's a warning shot. The staff wants to find pieces that can sustain the intense blitzing and rotation system Macdonald implemented. And maybe, just maybe among these names, there's a new diamond in the rough. Because while the defense is being patched up, the offense has another enigma growing. A rookie who's making headlines not for potential, but for veteran-level performance. Irony of ironies. While the defense stumbles around looking for reinforcements, the unexpected bright spot is coming from the offense. And from a rookie nobody expected to dominate this soon. Gray Zabel, the guard out of North Dakota State, has quietly become the symbol of this new generation. In just 6 games, he already leads all interior linemen in the NFL in run-block win rate, according to ESPN. That number is insane, 83% success in his battles. And the most impressive part? He still has room to get better. Next to Charles Cross, Zabel has formed a reliable wall on the left side of the line, but the contrast with the right side is glaring. Center Jalen Sundell has been consistent enough, but Anthony Bradford, him again, is still sinking that unit. In 186 pass protection snaps, he's already given up 12 pressures, a mark that puts him among the worst guards in the league. And when quarterback Sam Darnold needs a stable pocket, every Bradford failure weighs like an invisible turnover. The crazy thing is, Zabel, even while adjusting, has become a mirror of everything the Seahawks are looking for. Technique, composure, and controlled aggression. He's a rookie with a veteran soul. The comparison to the Walter Jones era is way too early, but fans are getting that good déjà vu, that feeling of seeing a young guy who truly understands the DNA of the trenches. There's just one problem. His success screams about the urgency of fixing the rest of the line. The passing game under Clint Kubiak is humming, but the run game is still stalled precisely because half the line can't keep up with the standard of excellence. That's where the front office needs to be ruthless. If they bring in someone like Teller or Bitonio, the impact will be immediate, and Zabel can grow in a balanced environment. Otherwise, his talent might get wasted trying to compensate for other guys' failures. The contrast between what Zabel delivers and what Bradford compromises has become the metaphor for the season. A promise pushing the team forward and an anchor dragging it back. And it's exactly this duality that defines Seattle's moment, a team with elite potential but held hostage by its own choices. The question is Gray Zabel the dawn of a new era or just an exception in a team that keeps making the same mistakes? And do you see real evolution in Seattle? Or is this just another illusion of progress? Here's the hard truth. Seattle is stuck in a blind spot between progress and repetition. The offense is buzzing with Darnold and the emergence of Gray Zabel, but the defense is in this cyclical collapse, still unsure whether to trust Woolen or the rookies knocking on the door. The team looks like it's improving, but the foundation is still wobbly. And aí mora o perigo. Acreditar que pequenas correções bastam quando a estrutura pede reconstrução. The history screams that inertia is costly. So I'm asking you, old school fan, are we watching the beginning of a new cycle or the start of another familiar disappointment?